My name is Casey Smartt. I live here in New Braunfels, Texas, and today I'm going to show you how to put a reflective skin on top of a bait fish pattern. And I'm going to start with a pattern. Well, I'm going to finish up with a pattern I call a Dead Head Minnow. But what I start with is a minnow body that's formed from craft fur that's been dubbed onto the hook. It's got a little bit of flash mixed in there with it. And what you have here is a fly that has a real round body, sort of a cigar shape. And I want to be able to do two things. I want to maintain that shape in the water, so it pushes a lot of water. And I also want to be able to control these fibers so they don't swing back and foul up on the hook when you cast. And that's a big problem with a lot of flies, is that they look beautiful, and as soon as you get them wet, the materials will foul on the hook. And it's usually right when you're casting to a big fish. I'm going to brush these materials back and get them nice and smooth, kind of the shape I want. And then I'm going to use a tulip fabric paint on the head. Now this product right here you can get at any craft store, Walmart, any place like that, back in the craft section. And this particular paint is a clear with sort of an iridescent glitter inside of it. What I'm going to do is come in and squirt a bead all the way around the head of the fly. And then I'm going to smooth it back over the fibers. Now for that I use a toothpick, just a regular old toothpick. You could use a brush if you want, but toothpicks are cheap and there are lots of them, so I use them. And what I want to do is I want to start at the front of this fly, and then I'm going to sort of roll the toothpick. If you push it straight, the paint will pile up in front of the toothpick and you'll wind up carrying it back a little bit too far. What I want to do is create a skin on the head of this fly that's about from this point forward. I don't want anything back here because I want the tail fibers to move when it's underway underwater. So I'm going to lay this on, toothpick on, stroke it, and then just kind of roll it like that. Okay, if you get a little bit of extra on your toothpick, you can wipe it off on a little sheet of paper or just brush it back on. So again, I'm just rolling my way around. Okay, and I've got a little extra here. I'm just going to wipe it off. This fabric paint is water-based, non-toxic. It's real easy to clean up, so if you get it on your fingers, you can just wipe it right off. Okay, now I've made my way all the way around the fly. Again, I've got sort of a round head on it. What I'm going to do now is come in here and pull just a little bit on the rear of the fly, just to kind of tuck up the head a little bit. So now I've created a moist skin over the head of the fly, and that's going to hold all those fibers right in shape. When you take it, you can squeeze it and it's nice and soft. Now the eyes, I'm going to use a stick-on 3D eye. If you've ever used these, you know that the adhesive on the back of these things is not good enough to hold them on. So the way I apply them is I press a toothpick onto the back, just the very tip of the toothpick. And I'll do it up here so you can see it. Again, I'm using this fabric paint, and this stuff is a great glue for these eyes. You wouldn't think it would be, that it'd be strong enough, but man, if you glue them on with this stuff, they'll stay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one, if I can get it to come out, one squirt. Come on. Hang on, I got to get it primed up. There we go. Okay, so I got a little dollop on there. Then I'm going to take a second toothpick, and I'll try to do this where you can see it. But I'm going to position the eye with the first toothpick. Then I'm going to press with the second one and roll the toothpick so it releases itself. So I'm going to press that in, spin that bottom toothpick, got a little extra glue there. And now we're glued on. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, on this side of the fly. Again, I press it down, me a dollop of glue on there. And I'm going to press that one in on this side. Now when you put these eyes on, you don't want to mash the fly. You don't want to flatten the head. Remember, your goal here is to maintain a round orientation on the head. Okay, so now we've got a fly that's going to be almost neutrally buoyant. It's got a soft head. It's got a good round shape, so it pushes a lot of water, and this will have a great action when you throw it out and retrieve it back. Now after this paint dries, the glitter colors will really come out. It looks white when you put it on, but as you can see, after it dries, you're going to get a real nice glitter effect on the head. This glitter paint, a tube of this will cost you about $1.99. The one thing to remember with it is you need to give it about 3 days. I think it says 24 hours on the label, but give it 3 days to dry before you really soak it and put it up wet and leave it. Flies will last a long time. It's a real good product, easy to use, and I use it on a lot of my different flies.